Questionable character and morals in entertainment and hip-hop are nothing new, but when it comes to rapper Kid Buu, he seems to really struggle in this department. Unfortunately, this video isn't about Kid Buu from Dragon Ball Z, but instead, the rapper. And just to be clear, I'm not talking about his quality of music or the way he portrays himself in the music.
Got it on my own, don't need nobody. Got it on my own, don't need nobody.
And at this point, Cardi fans were going fucking crazy.
But instead, the way he presents himself on camera while talking about things that happened off camera, especially when he's discussing some of the negative situations that he's involved with. If you don't remember who Kid Buu is, he was the rapper that started to gain some attention around 2017 on SoundCloud after getting a Ski Mask the Slump God feature. He was also, more notably, the rapper that went viral after making persistent claims that he was a clone. Not a clone as in copying someone else's style or sound in the industry, but straight up a man-made clone.
What happened with my first gen is they took the skull so they could remove a fragment of bone that's located here. And with that, they can make a sufficient replica of yourself, including your memories.
His persona and name started to outgrow his music at that point. These bizarre stories kept him in the public eye for a while, and he kept the lie going for almost a full year. But this is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Kid Buu, and it's just a harmless example of his lies. Pretty much every headline or YouTube video about him is either a story that exposes something negative, or an interview where he addresses the accusations by just straight up denying them, without any real facts or evidence. But when he gets really backed into a corner, or when people are asking about specific details, he can just fall back on his claim that he was brainwashed, so he conveniently isn't able to remember any of the details.
There's a thing I like to say where like my memory was wiped, but I did undergo a brainwashing process.
I'm aware that people make mistakes every day and that nobody's perfect, but when you listen to things that Kid Buu says, especially while looking into his past, it appears that he lacks signs of accountability or empathy for his actions when faced with some of the more serious topics, like pleading guilty to child abuse, Blac Chyna accusing him of assault, and lying about his age to ex-girlfriends. Let's start with the child abuse charge.
Just to address the big elephant in the room, the child abuse is in fact labeled child abuse with no harm.
When the subject was brought up in a 2018 interview, Kid Buu instantly starts defending himself, saying that he didn't commit the alleged crime, which according to him was threatening a witness, who was a minor, at gunpoint.
Someone had called the police and did say that I was intimidating and threatening a witness to not testify on a friend.
When asked about the age of the victim, he answered that they were 16, so that's where things get twisted into being child abuse. However, when he was asked to share more details around the incident, even simple ones like what year it happened, he said he can't remember any of it because he was only 18 years old at that time, which is just a baby.
At that time, how old were you?
Exactly that, just fresh to turning 18.
Just turned 18? Okay.
I was a baby then.
Gotcha.
I was really young.
So his perception of age changed pretty quickly, within about the span of a minute in this interview. When talking about the victim at 16, they're not really a child, but when it comes to his life at 18, he was just a baby. When the interviewer continued to ask for more specific details about the situation, Kid Buu completely deflects it by saying that many memories from his past, specifically the negative ones, were erased in a hypnosis therapy that acts as a positive brainwashing.
Oh, I wish I could tell you because I can't even kind of like revert back to anything further past than 6 years. There's a thing I like to say where like my memory was wiped.
Which is basically the most powerful cop-out answer to avoid any further accountability or discussing facts about what really happened. But about a year after the interview, TMZ supposedly obtained legal documents uncovering that Kid Buu, whose real name is Marquise Santiago, was 19 years old when he was busted in Florida after he got into a fight with the mother of his daughter, who was his girlfriend at the time and also a minor. Their daughter was only 2 years old at the time of the incident. The report stated the argument was started over money. Police said he punched his girlfriend in the face with a closed fist while their daughter was present. According to legal documents, he then pulled out a gun and told her he'd kill the cops if they came. Now, I don't know if his ex-girlfriend was telling the truth about the situation, but this almost sounds like a completely different situation than the one Kid Buu was describing in the interview. To make things confusing, during the interview, he even referred to the victim as a he multiple times.
16, around 17 years old.
Okay.
He was definitely under the what is considered the legal age of being an adult. Well, he's fine. I mean, he or she was fine.
Which in the reports, there were no other males involved. If this guy doesn't already seem pretty bad, there's more.
But wait!
An ex-girlfriend named Sarah Penman came out to her following on YouTube about a past abusive relationship in a video. The video's been removed, but she revealed that she had dated Kid Buu, which was a bad idea. According to her, he was a compulsive liar. She accused him of lying about his age, claiming that he was only 23 instead of being in his 30s, and that he tried to hide the fact that he had a child.
And I'm doing quick math in my head and realized this man's in his 30s. I felt like physically disgusted.
Sarah also made claims that other ex-girlfriends of his reached out to her to try to warn her about the situation. When addressing Sarah's claims, Kid Buu once again denies and brushes it off as her looking for some attention.
Anybody though who has a brain and knows me would see obviously that the story was cap. No integrity at all for someone to do something like that.
In 2019, Kid Buu and Blac Chyna took a trip to Hawaii. The two were dating at the time. During their trip, it was reported things took a violent turn. There were claims that the police and paramedics were called to the couple's hotel in the early hours of the morning, following a violent fight between the two. Blac Chyna allegedly accused Kid Buu of cheating and scratched him, resulting in Kid Buu slamming her against a wall and choking her. After the story broke, Kid Buu took to Instagram Live to deny the claims made against him.
And I'm gonna let y'all know right now, that's bullshit. That really is bullshit. My mother, my mom raised me better than that.
Once again, there's a situation that has multiple supporting reports, but instead of giving any clarification or explanation as to why they're false, Kid Buu just denies it and acts like they're ridiculous claims without offering anything else.
I will never put my hands on a woman. Never have I, and never will I, ever in my fucking life.
I'm not a psychologist or in a position to diagnose anybody, but when we look at how Kid Buu responds to any past mistakes or situations that he's reported to be the aggressor of, it makes me wonder if he's a narcissist. It really seems like he puts himself on a pedestal when speaking of himself, while showing no signs of empathy or remorse for his actions. He constantly spins the situations to make it sound like everyone wants a piece of what he has. Either way, with all these different stories that surfaced, there's definitely something a little off here. What are your thoughts on Kid Buu? If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe for more hip-hop related content. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.